Hi everybody. I'm in London in Heathrow Airport, and you might be wondering, well, why is he recording this from Heathrow? Well, I almost basically live here. I mean, I spend so much time in this airport that I thought, well, let's do a video from here. I just participated in the UBS conference that takes place in London every year. It's a conference for investors and people in the business world, and I was on a panel on the future of education, and this is what I wanted to share with you and discuss. You know, how does the education landscape look like? What are the challenges that the sector is facing? And there are a couple of trends that I think are very important and that I think should frame the debate. One is the technological revolution is doing away with a lot of jobs. We've seen this in the past. We saw the primary sector, the agricultural sector, disappear as a major generator of employment in the US and in other places. We've seen the secondary or the industrial sector suffer a big adjustment over the last 20, 30 years, and we're now seeing this in services. And you know, we have all of these projections about the jobs that are going to disappear in the next 20, 30 years, but even if you don't trust the projections, and what you want to do is look at how current technologies collide with the functions and the tasks that are being done by humans in the jobs market, you realize that actually that collision is pretty head on, right? So that's technology is going to do away with a lot of those tasks. That is creating a great deal of disruption in the jobs market. It's also causing a rise in inequality because it's concentrating wealth in the people that own the algorithms and the robots that are producing that transformation. Another, I think, fundamental feature of what we're seeing in the jobs market today is that the obsolescence of skills is speeding up. So when you went to university in the past and you would study, you would get a degree, the skills and the knowledge that you gained would serve you well for the next 20, 30 years of your career. Today, according to Manpower and others, the average life expectancy of skills achieved in formal education is about 5 years. So this is going to mean that people are going to have to be educated for a new jobs landscape, and they're going to have to be continually educated through much more modular and surgical sort of pieces of education throughout their lifetime, right? So it's going to be a lifelong effort. Now, what we know about where the education space is headed is a couple of things. One is we shouldn't focus on information transfer. So information is now much more readily available. So if we think education is just about a vertical transfer of information to people, we're done, right? I mean, basically, we are going to become redundant as academics and educators because people are going to be able to access that information online. What's valuable is the skills. And then the question is, what sorts of skills? And then there are two key things I think that I should mention. One is clearly social skills, soft skills. Anything that has to do with empathy and managing others is going to be a growing space for demand for work, and we know this from GMAT surveys and also Manpower surveys and others, that companies require people with those skills. And the other is digital skills. You cannot afford to graduate and enter the jobs market today without having some sort of knowledge of software, hardware, and the capacity to interact with the digital space. We know this from a very recent data. Jobs that require low digital skills are almost on the verge of extinction in the US, for example, and the pay level for jobs that are high in digital skills is much, much higher than the ones with low, right? So that's part of the change that we're seeing in the jobs market. So if you're thinking about educating yourself or your kids or others, think about how they can gain strong, soft, and social skills, strong digital skills, and let them know that their education path is going to be long, and it's a lifelong exercise of keeping updated their skill set. I think if they do that, they have a very good chance of doing very well. If we don't get this right, then the transition costs to the new economy are going to be much higher, and the political convulsion that we're living will only deepen. So thanks for listening, and bye from Heathrow. Ciao.